Welcome to the Turnbuckle Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. So, we're going to talk about these tournaments that's going on in SmackDown and the tournament that's going on in AEW. You know, because SmackDown having a tournament too for the United States title. Just like AEW was having a tournament. Now, there's different stuff about this tournament. Now, there haven't been any interference in these tournaments going on right now. But, you know, the AEW tournament is better than the SmackDown tournament. But still good tournaments. Uh, so, last night, it was SmackDown. And we had Kamala Hayes versus Kamala Hayes versus Preston Waller. Okay, got it. All right, then he had Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Both matches were good. Both people who won should have won over. Kamala Hayes in his first SmackDown debut, him, and you had Preston Waller. And you know what I'm gonna say about Preston Waller is this: he's good, he's real good, and he's good on the mic, and he's an asshole, you know. Uh, but I don't think he's won a lot of matches. I know he's a heel, so he's not supposed to win a lot of matches in general, but like ever since they paired him up with Austin Theory, he doesn't win anything. Like anything he has 1-on-1, he doesn't win at all. You know, anything he just hasn't won. You can't take him seriously. And he had a cameo. We'll say that. With Toronto Hayes over the weekend, or not even the weekend, like the weekday. And he showed up, and he was messing around with Kamala Hayes, and it was just fucking with him. Excuse my language, just fucking with him, you know. And I knew then that Kamala Hayes was probably going to win that night, last night, because of that, and he looked good. Pause. Like he looked good in the ring. That's better. That's like he looked good in the ring. Real good. And Grayson Waller always looks good in the ring. Like he's a good wrestler, and I wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle again. Whenever Carmelo Hayes gets called up, they should just call him up now. But I know he has stuff. I know Carmelo Hayes has stuff tied up still in NXT, but they should just call him up. His next match is against Kevin Owens, which Kevin Owens and Austin Theory had a good match too, and it was it was surrounded around Kevin Owens' hand, but he's not hurt. I was like, I know that he's not really hurt. They're just playing an angle with that hand because he's always punching people with that hand. And he punched Austin Theory this time too, and it was legal with the cast on his hand. But it was a good match. Both matches were good. Both matches was real good. And there was no cheating or any interference. If we want to call it a hand interference, it is what it is. So we got both tournaments going on right now, and I'm enjoying both. And next week, just like I was happy for Swerve versus Moxley. I can't wait to see Kevin Owens versus Carmelo Hayes because it's a first. It has never happened. So I'm ready for that to happen. Now Kevin Owens should win. Kevin Owens should win. Because like I said, Carmelo Hayes is not done with NXT yet. Now, Kevin Owens said it in his backstage interview that this reminds him of John Cena and him. And Kevin Owens was the NXT champion still, so he wasn't done with NXT at the time. But this reminds him of that, which is cool. You know, a little goose there right there. But I don't see the same thing happening. I don't see Carmelo Hayes beating um, Kevin Owens. I don't see it happening. Now, whether I want it to happen, no, because I'm a bigger Kevin Owens fan than I am a Carmelo Hayes fan. But I can see it happening. If you want to push Carmelo to the moon, yes. Well, pushing him to the moon will mean he will win the whole thing. And regardless of it's Carmelo Hayes or if it's Kevin Owens, I can't see any of them beating Logan for the belt too soon. Unless you just want the belt off him because it's never on SmackDown. You know? And to point into that, next week, Dragon Lee is fighting Pete Dunne. I'm not going to call him Butch or whatever on that crap. Pete Dunne next week for really last night too because they taped both SmackDowns last night to to get people off for the holidays coming up. So Dragon Lee is fighting Pete Dunne for the North American title. Now, the only reason they're doing that with the title because you don't have a title on SmackDown right now, so they're putting something in place of that. Now, for me, I would just bring back the European title. I wouldn't have a tournament for it, but I would bring it back somehow and put that on somebody. Since you hungry for a title, because even though the North American title is being defended, I can't see Dragon Lee losing it right now on SmackDown. So they love lies in the problem. I mean, the belt should have never got over on. The belt the United States belt shouldn't have been missing in the first place for SmackDown. I understand why they did it. I understand why they're doing it. Still, especially when your world heavyweight, not world heavyweight, WWE championship is already missing. Which brings me to our tribal chief. He showed out. This SmackDown. He showed up. He gave us his presence. It's been a minute. Now, before I get into that, let me explain to y'all about Roman Reigns and why I don't talk bad about him. I don't. I won't. I won't knock him. I won't talk bad about him because he got too much going on as it is. Alright? He's a cancer survivor from leukemia. His brother died. So after that, you won't see me boo him. You won't see me make fun of him. You won't see me talk bad about him. Won't. Not gonna happen. I think he deserved what he gets. Because for 5 years people just booed him. And it wasn't his fault he was getting booed. It wasn't his fault that he was main eventing WrestleManias and getting shoved down our throat because Vince. So no talk bad about Roman Reigns. I think he's getting what he deserves. Plain and simple. With the contract, the title reign. It's all well deserved to me. So he showed up. And he had a promo and he acknowledged Solo as the next tribal chief if something ever happened to Roman Reigns. Now, If you watched SmackDown last night, you seen who had a problem with that. Jimmy had a problem with that, which Jimmy shouldn't. Like he shouldn't. Like to a certain extent, Jimmy wasn't really in the bloodline. You know, for a certain like to be honest about the bloodline, Jimmy is the reason why the bloodline is not it doesn't have Jay anymore. Jimmy caused this crap to happen. Like Jimmy did all this stuff. So why would Jimmy feel like he should be the next tribal chief when he was never going to be the tribal chief in the first place? You know, like he was never going to be tribal chief in the first place. Like he was never going to be that guy. First it was Jay, now it's Solo. It was never going to be him. Like it was never going to be him. Sorry, y'all. Like it was never gonna be him. Like I don't know why he would think it would be him. Like he caused all this craziness to happen. He caused this shit to happen to him. You know, I mean to Jay. You know, so that happened. The Randy Orton came out and he talked about 18 months of him being missing, 18 months of losing everything, 18 months that he wanted to fight Roman. Talked about that. I said it. It was supposed to happen. It was literally supposed to happen. And then Randy Orton's back injury caused it not to happen. So he came out there, and you know, it was good to see. It was good to see this face off with Orton versus Roman. It's good to see it. Good to see, real good to see it. And you know, Orton said that he doesn't care what happens. I mean, who he got to go through, you know, tonight, and you know, so like he's probably gonna go through. I mean, not probably. So that set up a match later on tonight. So the interview with Roman Reigns and Jimmy. Paul Heyman was there. Paul Heyman was there. Solo was there. But you know, going back to the face off, you know, Roman said, you know, he didn't miss him. He wasn't thinking about him. He see him back at the line, and then you know, Orton with the RKO, Roman got out of it, and then you know, Orton said, "Sounds to me like you shit yourself." You know, so good statement. Good statement. Then we got in the back, and Jimmy still feels some type of way about Solo being the next heir to the tribal chief, be the next tribal chief. And you know, Roman said it's promoting season. The sky's the limit. You know, and instead of Solo fighting Orton, Roman said Jimmy's gonna fight Orton. So we got that. So we know what was gonna happen then. We protecting Solo, and we feeding Jimmy. We protecting Solo, and we feeding Jimmy. So then we got to the tournaments, which I already talked about. But again, I'm gonna stress this tournament is real good. It's showcasing your future stuff, like wrestlers. You know, Austin Theory, which you know, look, I don't got a problem with Austin Theory. Like I don't. I don't see him. Others see him, but he was good in the ring last night. He was real good in the ring last night. Like, and as far as his character growth, that ain't his fault. It's WWE's fault because the push that he was getting didn't go anywhere once Triple H took over. Now that should tell you how they feel about Triple H. I mean, how Triple H feels about Austin Theory, but I digress. This is what it is. He did good last night. Orton won. He should have won. and Grayson Waller and Carmelo Hayes are your future. And like I said, we're gonna see more of them. Like we're gonna see more of them down the road in pay-per-views and matches. And Carmelo Hayes should go to SmackDown because they need it. Like they need it, like bad. So there's that. We found out about Charlotte, which I knew how it looked that she probably tore her ACL, and she will miss 9 months. She will miss 9 months going forward. So I mean, it sounds like that sounds all like a ACL MCL tear. So I feel bad for Charlotte. I really do. Like this is gonna be her first Mania she missed in a minute. You know, since she got called up. So I feel bad for her. You know, as much as people shit on her, you know, I like Charlotte. I don't think she deserves all these title shots and everything, but I still like Charlotte. I don't knock her like I don't knock Roman. Different reasons, but I just don't knock Charlotte like that. So we found out about that. Damage Control had Bailey really had a promo, but it was a promo that they were united and stuff. Then they had a tag team match with Yamin in Vega, and so it was Oscar and Oscar. It was Damage Control. Damage Control versus them, which we know who was gonna win. Like you don't give them a promo like that, and then they lose. So they won for interference from Bailey and Data. But good match. Good match. At least they giving them something to do. That Damage Control. Uh, Vega and you know. So that wasn't bad. We got a backstage interview, backstage thing with Orton and LA Knight, and Orton was telling LA Knight he didn't need his help, stay out of his way. And LA Knight was saying if anybody's gonna take away everything Orton got, it's gonna be him. So little things there happening there, but the real surprise was yet to come. Which I knew it was gonna happen because it's me. So then we got the Jimmy and we got the J. I mean Jimmy and we got the I don't know why I said J. We got Jimmy versus Orton. And it was okay. It wasn't nothing great, but they got like 20 minutes, and you knew Orton wasn't going to lose, but it was a good match. It was a good match. As soon as they said Jimmy's name, he was going to lose. And I already told y'all, like, when it comes to Jimmy and it comes to Jay, they don't win main events. Single wrestlers. As a single wrestler, they don't win main events. Like, they just don't. Especially against Orton or Drew McIntyre. They don't win these matches. They just don't. Or Cody or Seth, they don't win these matches. Like, it hurts, but it hurts Jay more than it hurts Jimmy. To be told. Because Jimmy's not really getting a single push. I mean, he is what he ain't. And not like Jay. Alright? Not like Jay. So because on Raw, Jay's by himself. He may have Cody here and Sammy here. Alright? But he's by himself. So he's really getting a single wrestler push. And he's in the same boat as Jimmy still. It's like when they're tag, they're almost unbeatable. But when they're single competitors, they're not. Like, they're not. So going in, we knew what was going to happen. because you don't think Jimmy's gonna even with interference, which there was no interference in this match. So that told you even more what was gonna happen. Like that lets you know up front what was gonna happen. You know, um, who was going over. Just even with interference, it wasn't gonna happen. So you know, but it was a good match. It was a good match. It was okay. I enjoyed the tournament matches more than this match, but it was okay. Then we got down to the nitty gritty, the end of the match. Orton won, and then wait, there was some interference, but not really. There was going to be some interference. The Solo came out, and then LNA came out, but there was no interference though. I mean, like Orton won because Jimmy turned Orton around, and Orton RP'd over, and that was it. But there wasn't really no interference. Like helping wise, there was no interference. So LNA came out, and Orton felt some type of way about that. And then what happened? Roman came out, and Roman hit LNA from behind, and then Roman thought about coming inside the ring, and he thought about it, and he thought about it, and he thought of. Then he went in the ring and he went blow for blow, blow for blow. Him and Orton went blow for blow, blow for blow, like hitting, and then Solo and Jimmy came in there and they jumped Orton. Yeah, and LNA came in there and they jumped him. Then AJ came back, but all you heard was music at first, and Roman was ready for him. Like, come on, come on, come on. And then AJ came from behind, and he was dressed all in black, and he hit Roman with the phenomenal elbow. And then you see AJ looked ripped, like he looked in real good shape, like just like Orton did. Like that time off that time off, like does wonders. That time off does wonders if it's done right. If you ain't just sitting around not doing nothing. But you can tell with Orton and you can tell with AJ Styles last night that they was working out. AJ Styles has always had like a gut, like nowadays. But now that gut is ripped. I ain't kind of looking at nobody's body, but like AJ looked it phenomenal. Let's hope that kind of weight don't slow him down though. Because like he is a fast wrestler. Even in his old age, he's still fast. So, he came back, and then the twist happened. Him and Orton was good. It was cool. It was cool. But then the LA Knight situation happened. He turned on LA Knight. Now, this should lead to a lot of situations here. The last time we seen AJ got jumped from behind in the back, and we seen Jimmy and we seen Solo take him out. Now, AJ could feel some type of way about that. Just who replaced him? Who cut in line? LA Knight cut in line. Or AJ should feel like it wasn't Jimmy or Jay that jumped from behind. But this all goes to AJ feels like LA stole the spotlight. Now, as you can see, the fans turned on AJ last night. Now, just don't make AJ a heel. Make him a tweener. Not all heel, not all face. Make him that. Which I'm cool with that. AJ did that back in the day in TNA, and it worked for him. It's the only time I'm gonna give Sting props. It was like a Sting situation with the NWO. Back in the day, that he wasn't full heel and he wasn't full face, like that. And it worked for AJ back in the day when he did it for TNA, and he was in limbo He won the New Japan heavyweight title back then. You know, this was good for him. This was real good for him back then. So it should work now, especially he's in shape and hopefully they take him serious. Hopefully they give him a good push. You know, a good push from this. Hopefully it leads to something like a title shot. Um, he's not gonna win it, but like a title shot, like a semi push. He takes no L's of being this guy. Now, hopefully, this don't mean that there's no OC with him, because I would want OC to get involved in this. Uh, but we find out tonight. Tonight. I say tonight, but we'll find out next week what happened. Now, I found out sooner than that, because again, it's me. I'm gonna find out the news that I want to know, and then I'll probably tell you. I probably won't tell y'all, but we'll see. I'll give you my thoughts on it. But they can go a lot of ways with AJ being this way right now. AJ can have help. AJ could it could lead to AJ being by himself and no OC with him, no Vega with him. Not Vega, Mia. Mia. Nobody. It could lead to just him being by himself and being solo. And taking out the bloodline, taking out LA Knight. And you don't need the fans for that then. Because anyway they catch LA Knight is gonna get booed. Orton, Cody, Seth, AJ. Anybody that catches LA Knight is only a boo because he got some faithful fans. I talked about this last week. Oh, last episode. Take one. Last episode, I talked about that. He got some faithful fans. Well, we'll see how faithful. Because fans can be flaky. So we got AJ, and I'm happy to see AJ. Like I really am because AJ is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Really is. Like I enjoy watching AJ matches. Whether it's in New Japan, TNA, WWE. Alright? I'm happy in WWE. I'm happy he didn't go to AEW. Uh, I'm happy him and CM Punk didn't get into it last week. But then again he wasn't there. So who knows what would happen. But I'm happy to see AJ back. Happy to see he's in shape. I don't know if he's rusty because he hasn't had a match in a minute. So we'll see over that. Let's see how they ease him back in. Ease him back in and see what they do next. Like maybe we get a three-way for the for number one contendership, and he wins that, or he wins that. But somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna win a number one contendership. At LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. That should happen. That match should happen. Now, I would want AJ to win, but we may have to wait on that. Cause he's just coming back, and people still want LA Knight to be up there. Still, I mean, I can't keep saying this too soon because eventually it won't be too soon. Eventually we're gonna get LA Knight with a title. So I still think he deserves a United States title run and not a heavyweight title run. Now, people think that's not enough, but it is enough. For now, yeah, it's enough. But I deserve AJ thing. I think AJ deserves a push. He hasn't got one in a minute. Like he's been the. I shouldn't say he hasn't got a push in a minute because he got one where he went. He got one for the heavyweight title tournament, and he was in it, and he won his matches, and he fought himself and he lost. So I shouldn't say he hasn't gotten a push lately because he has. I think he should get a title run. Is what I should, and maybe he should get the United States title again. I think a company is good with AJ being champion. Then him being the chaser, but it's good to see him back. It's good to see AJ back because AJ deserves to be around. I don't want AJ I don't want AJ's time being wasted. All right, I don't want his time being wasted. AJ deserves to have it all to me. Him and Kevin Owens. Now I'm biased because those are two of my favorite wrestlers going in WWE right now. All right, like so I know I can't get both of them, but I would love to have one of them as champion right now. You know, I know both of them going to be on SmackDown because CM Punk's on Raw, so there's that. But I'm glad to see AJ back. I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad that he showed up. I'm glad he showed out. I'm glad there's a twist with him, and it looked like he's going back to an era that WWE never did. But it's one of the reasons why they signed him because he got over in New Japan, he got over in TNA with this gimmick. So hopefully we go into that gimmick. So we'll see. All right. So I'm gonna end this episode with that. Thank you for the likes and shares. Make sure you guys do both. Thank you for watching my episodes and my show. Show episodes, same thing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys watch New Breed. Make sure you guys watch E-Feds in general. Y'all have a nice night. God bless. I'm out.